Hi again then guys, and welcome to another speed tune for Forza Horizon 3, this time for a pretty popular car, a very strong performance car already, the F10 generation BMW M5. Personally, I'm more of an E60 generation fan for obvious reasons. It's got that V10 engine for one thing. This one though is technically a superior performance car. That being said, you'd probably expect pretty good performance from it. Well, you're not going to be disappointed, because it's really quick. You've got a 1500 horsepower engine option, which of course I would recommend going for. Likewise with all-wheel drive, make use of that, that's what I'd recommend. As far as the aspiration, of course you want the twin turbo to get that peak power out of the car. For the visuals, like the rims, that's down to you. And for the rest, you guys know the drill. Increase the power as much as you can, lower that weight as much as you can, and as a general rule, fit everything to the car that has race in the title. Gearbox, diff, suspension, brakes, all that kind of good stuff. Now, as far as the tuning side of things, and incidentally this tune is technically on my storefront, but it's saying that it's got no downloads, even though I know it has. So I'm not sure if there's something wrong with the tune. I do occasionally have trouble with my tunes, like my Challenger Hellcat tune, which just straight up refuses to upload to the storefront for whatever reason. So try and get it if you want to, but I can't guarantee that it's working properly on there. Either way though, at least you've got this tutorial, even if it doesn't work. Now, as far as the benchmark, you've got good numbers. 2.2 to 60, 4.4 to 100, and technically 271 flat out. We'll see in a moment if it can hit that speed, but for now, the gearbox, I would recommend the ratios therein, wherein, and herein are 3.1 for the final drive, then 2.9, 2, 1.5, 1.17, 0.95 and 0.78. For the alignment, I've gone for neutral, camber and toe, 5 degrees of caster. Anti-roll we've got on 34 and 21. Springs on 230 and 212. I've personally opted for the lowest ride height, but you don't really have to do that if you don't want to. Dampers we've got on 15, 14, 6.5 and 6. Aero doesn't apply, and for the diff, 100%, as we mostly do. For acceleration, 0 on decel, but as I always say, feel free to mess around with other settings if you want to. And as far as the centre split, I've opted for a pretty tail-heavy and tail-happy setting of 80%. So you've got that 20% to help out the front end, off-road, off the line, all that kind of good stuff, but it's still predominantly a more rear-biased vehicle. So that's it for the tune. Now, as I said, let's actually take it out on the street to see what it can do. Now, the M5 is, at the end of the day, in all of its forms, designed to be an Autobahn stormer. It's designed to sit at really high speed in real life and just do that all day long. Not surprisingly then, it's a fantastic top-end performance car. The top speed isn't the absolute quickest in the game, but among the sedans, the speed that it can hit of around 271 is certainly good enough to allow you to win plenty of races with it, and the handling is also fantastic for its size. It's one of the best all-round sedans in the game for sure, so if you do decide to both use this car and some variation of this tune, I hope of course you have a lot of fun with it and win plenty of races with it. So, if you enjoyed this build overall, there are literally hundreds more like this here on the channel, and for now, as always, thanks for watching.